Hey there. I wish there wasn't so much light coming in through that window so that we could actually watch the cats a little bit. You can barely see them. There's Poppy. And in there is Oscar. Hey y'all. I hope y'all are having a good day. I'm trying to move this thing around. See what I mean? It's like, I was talking about this the other day, how sometimes it's really hard for me to get my lighting right because it's like I want to have certain things in the background, but the lighting is just all wrong. It's like, it just looks like there's bright spotlights outside. Oh well. How y'all doing? I'm doing all right. Um, I'm happy to say that my popcorn popper came and it actually worked. I could tell immediately when I pulled it out of the box that it was way different than the first one that I bought that didn't work. I mean, even though it's the exact same machine, it's just, I ordered it from a different place. Same, it's made by the same people, came in the same box, everything was the same except the color. I ordered a white one. The first one I had was pink. As soon as I pulled it out, I could tell it was different. It didn't have fingerprints all over it that suggested that maybe somebody had used this before. The little part on the inside, the wall part, was actually secure in there. The first one that I got, you could spin it around. I mean, it was not connected or anything. I mean, it was just way different. It looked clean. Excuse me. But the best part was that it actually worked. I poured a little bit of popcorn in there and I actually was able to pop it. And it popped it well. So hopefully tomorrow night I'll be able to pop popcorn in my live stream. So I'm very happy about that. I am just feeling all out of sorts. I laid down for a little bit of a nap today, which is typical for me. And I had this horrible nightmare. I won't even begin to try to really explain what the nightmare was about because it involved someone, and I'm not going to, I don't want to go into too many details because it involves somebody that I try very hard to not even think about, let alone dream about. And what's interesting is that they weren't actually in the dream. You may have had dreams like this before where it's kind of about a specific person, but they never actually appear in the dream, but their presence is overwhelming in the dream. Or I just say nightmare because it literally was. I still feel like I'm in it. And this was a couple of hours ago that I woke up from this nightmare. And I still feel like I'm there. I still feel like I'm in it. And I feel ill. I mean, literally, my stomach hurts. And when I first woke up, it literally felt like I had been bashed over the back of my head and in my neck with a baseball bat. I just took some Tylenol because the pain never went away. I mean, I was just like, what in the hell was that? That dream was so weird, so bizarre. I mean, I'm somebody who has a hard time sometimes remembering everything I dreamed about. But from what I remember from how the dream started out just kind of somewhat normal. Okay? Like, I mean, I'll talk about some of the dream because it was just bizarre and I just feel like I got to talk about it. The first part of the dream, I went into this little, it was kind of like a restaurant bar kind of place. And it was really small. It was very quaint. And it was like, I don't even remember if there were any customers in the place. But the girl that was working there is actually a YouTuber that I watch a lot. um, she does a lot of live streams. She does a lot of videos. She's actually somebody who does a lot that does true crime stuff. But she was the one working here at this place. And she was very nice and friendly and everything. And it started out with me, just talking with her and stuff. Um, it seems like I don't even remember if I ordered anything. Whatever I ordered was really cheap. It was like, and I was paying in baht, okay? Now, everybody in this dream was American. Everything about the dream seemed very American, but yet I was paying in Thai baht. So, um, but it was like 20 baht for whatever I ordered. So it was really cheap. That's under $1. And anyway, I had gone into this little tiny bathroom, and this is where it started getting weird. Okay, I went into this bathroom, and then there was this long hairbrush that had like all this long blonde hair that was like clumped up in the hairbrush, which I was thinking was weird at the time, but at the same time, for some reason, I thought it was my hairbrush until I looked at it closer and I was like, oh no, that's not mine. It's funny to think about now. Some of it, not the horrible part, um, but this part's kind of funny. So I don't know what the significance of this long hairbrush thing was, but then I went to like use the toilet, and suddenly it just erupted into like a fountain. It was like gushing water everywhere, and I was like, "Oh my gosh." And so I went to go tell this girl that, hey, there's something wrong with the toilet. And that's when some customer came in. Some girl was coming to use the bathroom. And I mean, it was like she could clearly see that this toilet was like gushing water everywhere. And I'm telling her, I'm like, it's broken, and she was just looking at me like, okay. And it didn't faze her. She just went on in there to use it anyway. So I was like, oh, all right, well, whatever. Well, then I was going to go pay the girl for whatever I got. And, um, and I was going to give her a tip. And I kept going through my money, and I couldn't find what it was I was trying to give her. I was going to give her 50 baht tip for whatever this 20 baht thing was that I was buying. But she was really nice and friendly, so I was going to, tip her well. Which even 50 baht's not that much. It's under $2. So, but anyway, but I couldn't find 50 baht, and so I had to give her 40. And I was like, I'm really sorry. I thought I had 50 baht in here or whatever. She seemed okay with it, but at the same time, she kind of seemed like, oh, okay. So here's where it starts getting weird, all right? It's like I leave out of there, and the surroundings were really beautiful. Wherever this place was, I don't recognize it. I don't recall ever actually seeing a place like this, but there was some other like bar type place that was right next door, kind of down a little bit of a hill, but it wasn't far away. But I was walking out there, and for some reason, I still had my car that I had when I was at the other place that this person that this dream was kind of about, basically conned me into giving back to him. So that's why I don't have a car. But I had it in this dream. I had this car in the dream, and I went to go get in the car, and some people that were at this other bar type place started making these weird comments to me. And I was like, I didn't really know what they were talking about, and I didn't understand. I was like, what's going on? And they were saying all this like mean stuff. And I can't remember exactly what they were saying, but I can still remember the feeling I had in the dream. And I was just like, why are these people being mean to me? So I get in the car and I go to reverse, and somehow I backed into somebody's vehicle. And so I pulled up the car a little bit, and I got out and left the car running, but I got out of the car so that I could go check and see, did I do any damage to this person's car back here? But I think I was just like all ruffled because these people were being so mean. And so I go and I'm like looking, and for some reason the car that I backed into was like way far away. it wasn't it wasn't like right there anymore. Oh God, now it's getting dark in here. Um, it wasn't like right there anymore. So I'm like, trying to find this car, and I'm walking, and so I decided, okay, I'm going to walk over here kind of into this bar area, which was sort of an open space. So it was like, it had, a cover, it was like covered or whatever, but the walls and stuff were kind of open to the outside. And there were some people inside, and all these people that were outside that were being mean to me. And I'm like walking around and I'm looking, and then some guy started talking to me, and when I was walking, he started walking with me. And I remember saying something to the effect of, oh, you must know so and so. I'm not going to say his name. And he was like, oh, yeah, yeah, I do. And I was like, oh, okay. Then I noticed that, oh, that's right. Actually, I think this was before I got into the car to leave. Because I think that's where the weirdness started. Let me back up a little bit. As I was going to go get in the car, that's right, there were these pink gloves and these black gloves and a couple of other things that were supposed to have been like my stuff and his stuff that were kind of placed sort of around the car. And that's right, the trunk was open. And I went to go open the trunk up, and whatever was laying in the back of the trunk had been pulled out. It was gone. And so the stuff in the trunk was gone. The trunk was open, and these things were placed around the car. I mean, literally like staged or something, around the car. And I mean, it's like not anything that I actually remember owning, but in the dream, I knew that, oh, those were my things and so-and-so's things. And immediately I kind of got this feeling like, oh no. So anyway, now back to the other place where I was, where I had gone in, and I was talking to this person, this guy who said he knew him. And I was like thinking, okay, so that's why all these people are being mean to me. He must frequent this place over here, and he knows all these people, and he's obviously talked about me and talked very badly about me, apparently, because these people were being very nasty and cruel. And so, anyway, I walked into this place a little bit more to kind of look around, because I don't think I'd ever been in there. And I noticed there was like a bowling alley or something. It was like this kind of restaurant bar area, and then there was this bowling alley that was kind of in the back. And I was like, well, that's interesting. And yeah, it's starting to get dark. And then I turned around and I looked, and I saw these two people in my car driving away. And they were laughing as they were driving away in my car, and I'm like standing there going, what in the hell is going on? And I remember I kept taking steps, and every time I would take a step, my foot was like sinking into the ground. And I probably dreamed that because yesterday when I did my video and I was out at the park, I remember walking on the ground and it was really mushy. And so I was talking about, oh, the ground is really mushy, and my feet were kind of sinking. And that's probably why I dreamed that part, because that's what was kind of happening in this dream. Was my feet were sinking in the dirt, in the mud or something, and as I was trying to walk. And these people are like driving off in my car, and they get out in the street, and they're like trying to like turn around or something rather. And for some reason, the car wasn't working right. So they couldn't really go anywhere. But they were still laughing and all this kind of stuff as they were like in my car, leaving me stranded over there. And me feeling really scared because all these people just kept coming up to me saying these mean and cruel things and trying to scare me. And I was just like, what is going on? And I was like, literally, my heart was racing and pounding because I really didn't know what was going to happen because I felt like they were kind of ganging up on me or something. And I don't know, the whole thing was just so bizarre. Um, and I was just really scared because I felt like at any moment, this person that I don't mention, I felt like he was going to show up at any moment and it was going to get really bad. But I don't know. And I remember some girl came up to me and she was saying something really hateful and cruel to me. And all I could think about in this dream was he has all of these people hating me. And I don't even know any of these people. I've never met any of these people, never seen them before. They're all hating me. They obviously know who I am. And I don't know who they are, but he has obviously been saying some really horrible things about me to get all these people turned against me when they don't even know me. And I just remember being so terrified because I just kept thinking, are they going to jump me? Are they going to attack me? And I was looking around and there was like all these trees and stuff. There was like all this like forest area around and all this around that, in my mind, I'm thinking, if they wanted to like get rid of me, they could dump my body like off in these, out in the trees somewhere and probably no one would find me. And I mean, all this stuff was going through my mind in this dream and I was just so terrified. And I can't remember, there might have been more to this because I feel like there is more, but that's what I really remember the most. And I just remember when I woke up, my heart was pounding out of my chest. I could barely sit up. I mean, it literally felt like somebody had bashed me over the back of my head and in my neck with a baseball bat. It was horrible. Y'all, it's getting dark in here. I don't know if that's going to help. May not. Hang on a second. let me move over here and see if this is any better. Hang on. Hold on. Okay. I don't know if this is any better really, but so anyway, yeah. So when I woke up from that dream, I felt so awful. And literally I've got a stomach ache. And it was so real. That's one of those dreams that are just so freaking real that when you wake up, sometimes it can take hours or even days to really feel like you're not in it anymore. I mean, I don't think it's going to take me days, but I mean, I still right now feel like I really experienced whatever this was in this dream. And it may not sound like much of a nightmare. I mean, it's not like I was being chased with, by somebody with a knife or something like that. But when I was in it, it was absolutely terrifying because there were like just all these people. And I mean, it was a good number of people. I don't remember how many, but there was probably, like 8 to 10 people that were all like looking at me. They were all staring at me. They were staring me down and making these mean comments to me and coming up near me, like, being sort of aggressive in the way that they were coming towards me and things like that. And I was just like, and because I was by myself, I had no one there to help me out or protect me. And then with those people taking off in my car, which, fortunately didn't seem to want to go anywhere. I don't know what the deal was with the car not wanting to go. Or maybe they were just putting it in, switching gear, it wasn't a stick shift car, but maybe they were taking like the little what do you call it? The gear thing, where you put it in park and drive and whatever. Maybe they were just like doing like this with it to screw the car up to try to break the car or something so it wouldn't be drivable. I don't know, but why they would do that in the middle of the damn street is beyond me. And it was on like this like mountainous kind of area or something. There were like mountains and trees and forest, and it was a beautiful area. It really was, wherever this place was. But very bizarre, just a very strange dream that I just cannot seem to shake since I woke up. I mean, I just feel like that was my landlady walking by. She's probably going to go close the gate, which should not be as loud now because I oiled it while she was out of town. I don't know if she's noticed that it's a lot quieter, but it is. But I don't know. That was just bizarre. I don't know why I would have dreamt something like that. I have no clue. I mean, fortunately, I've not seen this person in over a year, even though we still live in the same small town. I've managed to avoid that, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. He could see me when I'm out because I'm easy to see. I'm a blonde girl riding around on a, pink and white bicycle. So it's obvious, if I'm out and about, but it's like, I don't know, if he's in a car and he's repainted the car or something that he managed to take from me, con me out of. So I might not necessarily recognize the car, if I were to see it, or if he was in another car, because apparently he's got some girl living with him now, and there's 2 cars over there. I've never gone over there. I don't go anywhere near there. That's one of the reasons why I never go to the beach, or wasn't going to the beach for a long time and didn't want to go because it's in that direction. It's over there, and so I don't go anywhere near the old house. So I don't know, I just go by what people have told me. So, but he could see me out and about and I wouldn't necessarily know it. But I don't know, that just had me so weirded out and scared. I mean, because it was just, I literally woke up and my heart was pounding out of my chest. And I was like, struggling to breathe. And my head and everything, I raised up and I was just like, oh my God, my head. And it just, and I had to sit there. I had to sit there for a few minutes, just on the side of the bed and just kind of like try to get myself awake. Because I just felt like I was not really here. I still felt like I was there. And luckily, Poppy was coming up, meowing at me to, give him dinner, which was kind of bringing me back into reality a little bit, which I was glad for, because I was like, oh, thank God. Oh, and I left out the part with the cats. There were these cats, these unknown cats. I don't know whose cats they were, but there was this black cat that was laying on the hood of the car when I first came out of that first place with the YouTube girl that was working there. When I came out of that place to go get in the car and I saw all those gloves and weird things placed around the car and all that, there was this black cat that was laying on the car. And I don't see black cats as bad luck, so I don't really think that was it. I've never thought black cats were bad luck at all. And I have a black cat, so but it wasn't him, it was some other cat. And then it seemed like there was one other cat that was hanging around there too, and I don't know, but it just, I don't know, y'all. That was just weird. I didn't really know I was going to get into that because I said I wasn't. I originally said I'm not going to get into it, but then I did. Because I just felt like I needed to talk about that dream. Just to kind of go over it one more time in my, out loud, because it just was so weird. Oh, but anyway, I've gone on for almost 25 minutes now, y'all, which is longer than I normally ramble on, but I don't know. I guess I needed to talk about that dream. I don't know, I'm out of sorts. I'm really out of sorts, but anyway, I hope that y'all are having a good day. I hope you don't have any weird, strange dreams that scare the hell out of you, because I mean, that really did. It scared the hell out of me. And I just hope I don't dream about it again tonight when I go to bed, because I don't want to go there again. That was just not pleasant. um, so anyway, I'm going to be posting. I got to still do that. I got to schedule my live stream for tomorrow, and we're going to make popcorn, assuming that it works again. Okay, I'm going to show it to you real quick because it's right here. Here it is. And I'm so happy it works. Yay! A new popcorn popper. So I'm happy about that at least. So tomorrow night, if you want to come to my live stream, which is my tomorrow night, I'm going to schedule it. You'll see it on my community page. If you're curious about it, interested in it, you can click on notify me and you'll get a notification when I'm going to, like, I guess it's like a half an hour or something before I go live. You'll get a notification to say that I'm going to. So anyway, that's the plan, unless something comes up. And as I always say, if for any reason I'm not going to be able to do it, I'll post that on my community page to let you know. But as of now, I'm planning my normal Friday night live stream, and I hope to see you there. So have a good one, everybody, and I will see you later. Bye.